Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
On Memorial Day with temperatures nearing 90, you're taking a live look at Hart Plaza where the crowds are out for the Movement Festival. Parks and pools around Metro Detroit are packed right now.
That's right. Belle Isle was so busy, the Department of Natural Resources had to close off the island to cars this afternoon. Now, we understand it just reopened a short time ago. Let's get over to Andrew with what you can expect if you're grilling or have some plans outside tonight.
Certainly still a scorcher out there, so important to go ahead and stay cool, and taking a dip, that is certainly one way to do it. Drink plenty of water too. Now, the weather is set for commemorations that are still happening this evening, and things are still working out weather-wise. 85 degrees in Mount Clemens. Look at how hot and steamy it is at City Airport with 88. Adrian, good afternoon. You've got 88 degrees as well. 87 over in Lapeer. So this high heat is being felt across all of southeast Michigan. 87 right now over at the airport. A strong wind out of the south-southwest at around 17 miles per hour, keeping us steamy as we go through the rest of this evening as well. Temps stay in the 80s even towards sunset. Now, the record high this time of year, 93 degrees. We're 6 degrees shy of it. That was set back in 2006. Another high of 95 for tomorrow. And keep on sending in those photos on Local 4 storm pins. Dustin sent this one in. You see folks in their T-shirts as they celebrate or commemorate Memorial Day over in Grosse Pointe Woods. More on tomorrow's forecast and the week coming up.
In this 90-degree heat, people living at one Detroit apartment complex are on day 4 of no power.
In fact, DTE says it's a problem in the building at the Beach Club Detroit on Jefferson near Van Dyke, right along the riverfront. Rod Maloney spent the day there talking to people in this dangerous heat. So, Rod, did they get some hopeful answers today?
Well, there are some hopeful answers, and we'll have that for you in just a second. But we want to tell you that the power went out here 11:30 Friday morning, and residents have been upset ever since. They say that it's gotten very hot inside, considering it's 90 degrees outside. They also tell us the refrigerators are at room temperature, and they lost a lot of food. The Detroit Beach Club is the complex's new name, and why not? It sits in the Detroit River. Views of Belle Isle and the boats are lovely on a day like today. Not so lovely, the blackout inside the complex they used to call River Terrace. While the name may be new, the electrical system is not. Amy Chamberlain moved here last month from Indianapolis.
My husband's a diabetic. He keeps his insulin in the refrigerator. We've had to go buy bags of ice a couple of times a day to keep his medicine cool. He literally had to go to a friend's house today to be able to work. While
a management office sign over the weekend told residents to call DTE because it was their problem, DTE tells Local 4 it's the building's wiring at issue. Neighbor Max Fazzelli moved in 3 months ago, and he's angry.
The bigger issue is this isn't a one-time thing. You know, we'd have more lenience and more understanding if it was just something that happened, but it's been going on for months.
This afternoon, the management company handed out restaurant gift cards to residents.
They got them for walking distance, basically.
And shortly before 3 p.m., 2 trucks showed up with a massive generator that's going to take hours to install and get running, and residents remain frustrated.
It's just been a mess, and it's getting hotter and hotter. So no AC, no way to cook, no nothing. You know, we've spent a ton of money on food. We lost a ton of food. It's just disappointing.
But here is the help that is here. DTE telling me that this is not its equipment, but it provided the equipment in order to make this happen. You see the crews here installing the electrical wires. They've been in touch with the owner, and they say that as soon as she gives the okay, they'll be turning this on once it's all installed. Back to you.
So, Rod, have you spoken to the owners of the beach club?
I have indeed. In fact, the owner she had a difficult time last night. She came here, and the residents were quite angry with her. And so she says she's doing everything she can, and as we can see, she's green-lighted this. So the lights should be back on, we're told, between, say, 7, 8, maybe 9 o'clock tonight, and they can get back to normal. One of the other things that we're hearing is it may take a couple of weeks to get the building fixed, so this may be here for a while.
Yeah, let's hope they get the lights on as soon as possible there. Okay, Rod, we appreciate it. A search for a missing mother of 2 is getting a fresh start today, nearly 10 years after she vanished.
Tamala Nikki Wells was last seen in 2012 in Detroit. This Memorial Day, a group remembering the missing in Michigan renewed a search for her. Sean Lay was there. He is live with how the community and police are looking at cold cases in different ways. Sean?
Absolutely. As we stand right here, Jason, 3,900 people are missing here in Michigan. Each case is important. We're also highlighting every year the case of this one, the sad case of Tamala Wells, as you mentioned, missing year after year since 2012. However, what we're learning today is that there's new efforts, new eyeballs on this case and others, breathing new life into some of these cold missing cases.
Memorial Day for the missing.
Standing on the red-hot pavement on Detroit's east side.
All right, trying to wake the people up, stop the killing, stop the violence, and bring the missing home.
A call to remember Michigan's missing on this Memorial Day.
Very important. It doesn't matter if it's the holiday or not. We are out here. We're very vigilant.
Out here at State Fair in Coventry. This is where the car of Tamala Nikki Wells was found back in 2012. The mother of two has never been seen since.
It will be 9 years and 10 months. That is a hell of a long time to be without your loved one.
There are 3,900 people missing in Michigan, and there is urgency to not forget the case of Tamala Wells. The case now has a new Detroit police detective hoping to breathe new life into it, hoping for new clues.
Chief White said he is revamping the cold cases and going to put new energy, new light into it.
Chief actually said that he was expanding, reorganizing under his leadership and expanding for our cold cases.
When a person goes missing in Detroit, it touches us all.
If we who live in Detroit, work in Detroit, play in Detroit, go to school in Detroit, if we are not going to clean this thing up, it's not going to happen.
Back here live. Very often we are with that community group as they shine light on these cold cases and missing cases. They say consistency is the key to keep the cases in front of people so people care about them. And if they see something, they might call in the tip that police need. As far as Tamala Wells goes, $3,100 reward for Crime Stoppers. Perhaps this is the year police get the tip that they need to solve this case. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Sean, thank you. Well, right now in Uvalde, Texas, families are planning funerals for the 19 children and 2 teachers killed in the Robb Elementary School shooting.
Tonight, prayer services will be held for 2 of the children. It's happening one day after the Department of Justice announced it will be investigating the police response. Texas officials confirm people inside the school called 911 over a span of nearly an hour.
Somehow, some way, someone needs to answer for what was done.
Or what wasn't done. President Biden says there may be some bipartisan support to tighten restrictions on the kind of high-powered weapons used by that school shooter.
Well, this Memorial Day, tragedies like the one in Uvalde are top of mind for many. On a day when we honor the military heroes who gave their lives defending our country, many say it's time for the country to come together for meaningful change. Nick Monticelli is in Sterling Heights at one of the biggest commemorations in Metro Detroit.
There is a delicate balance between the pomp and circumstance of Memorial Day and what is supposed to be time spent reflecting on the lives lost to give us the freedom to, say, have a parade.
Gratefulness to all the people that gave for that freedom for me.
I tend to go to a cemetery, visit the graves of friends that I went to high school with, and lay flags on their graves. So it's a special day for me.
This Memorial Day parade in Sterling Heights is one of the area's largest, bringing people from across Metro Detroit, including veterans.
I'm glad today that people stop and say thank you for your service, and that means a lot.
You know, what was interesting at this parade in Sterling Heights is, of course, there was the conversation about remembering those who have given that ultimate sacrifice. But there was also a conversation about the country as a whole, moving forward from what we've been through. There was even a group called Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America, marching with Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, who called on Republicans for bipartisanship.
You know, this is not a theoretical thing in Michigan. We had a school shooting, and it's unacceptable that we should accept this kind of loss of life. And whether it's in school, whether it's in the street, in a neighborhood, in any of our cities. And so I hope that they have enough courage to meet us at the table of negotiation, to recognize that the time is now to protect and sustain the life that they say that they cherish.
You would have to ask men and women joining the military, is this a country worth dying for? And it's a serious question. We have to do better. We simply have to do better. We can't be the only civilized nation on earth that is afraid to send our kids to school.
But there is one common thread between these conversations: people.
We all need to come together as one, to be kind, to be with each other, and be humble. To show the love that we have for each other, not only for our veterans, but for each other.
In Sterling Heights, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
All right, check out this graphic right here. If you go to your typical gas station, the 93 button is pristine. This one might have a smudge at 89, but this one looks like a peeling onion because nobody's getting anything more than 87 octane at that price. As many people head home from up north or a trip to see family, gas prices hitting another new record today. The national average is now $4.62 per gallon, 44 cents more than a week ago, and we here in Metro Detroit are paying around $4.71 per gallon. And as Evrod Cassimy reports, experts think prices may not go back down again for months.
Here at this gas station at I-75 and Mack in Detroit, gas is at $5.29 a gallon if you pay with cash. And unfortunately, it's not showing signs of slowing down anytime soon.
It make you only go to work and back.
The temperature keeps rising on this unofficial start to the summer, and so do gas prices for drivers like Kiera Halston. And experts aren't too optimistic they'll go down during the summer travel season.
As we progress beyond Memorial Day, I now peg our odds at $5 a gallon gasoline nationwide at 60%, so that could be coming.
According to GasBuddy.com, the national average for a gallon of gas today is $4.60. The cost to fill up is factoring into many people's summer travel plans.
I'd probably rather go by plane, because I mean, it's so high at this point, you might as well just buy a ticket.
The cost of gas surged around 30% since Russia attacked Ukraine in late February, and the U.S. is feeling the increase. Samantha Klein paid over $100 to fill up her SUV.
There you go. Well, I travel for work, so I don't have to worry about it unless it's the weekend.
Energy costs are way too high. The president's taken some steps to ease that by the release of our reserves. We recognize the international circumstances of war in Ukraine, and that energy prices are not determined here in the United States, but we need to do more about it.
Demand usually starts to fall in August, which could help the cost of gas to drop, according to GasBuddy.com. However, severe weather in the Atlantic could change that.
The above average hurricane forecast, that is a high risk that we could see prices remaining elevated basically through Labor Day.
Till then, Kiera and other drivers are spending what they can to get to where they need to go.
How much are you going to put in today?
Probably $20.
$20.
And that's not even going to give me a half a tank, and my truck is little.
In Detroit, Evrod Cassimy, Local 4.